I slept on myself for way too long. I underestimated the gifts that God gave me for way too long. I forgot to trust myself for way too long, and never again will I abandon myself. I lost so many people in my life, but the one person that I miss the most is myself. And never again would I allow that to happen. Never again would I allow someone to come into my life and dictate how I'm supposed to live it.
You will change the world. I want you to take the craziest dream you ever had. That dream that you were too embarrassed to tell anyone about. And I want you to go after it. I want you to make it a reality. I don't want you to dream, I want you to do.
I'm never gonna let anyone ever again make me feel that way. And I gained my strength back when I realized, actually, no, that girl wasn't lame. That girl didn't need a better body. That girl didn't need to look like this. I was meant to be exactly who I am. And once I was released from a voice that was in my life, I didn't fall. I actually rose up.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you because I know how hard it is to take care of ourselves.
I was like so fucking lost.
Yeah. And who brought you back?
Me. I think you're the only person who can bring you back. Everybody can surround you. Everybody can say, hey, man, it's, you know, what's going on? Are you all right? At the end of the day, you just have to take that love that you're offered and say, you know what, life is pretty kick-ass.
I'm obsessed with finding myself now and not having to prove anything to anybody other than myself and my family, but really myself. And realizing that that is enough. Giving your best is enough. And sometimes we lose track of that. So for anybody out there, you know, you're enough.
I don't listen to TED Talks, but the one I did changed my life. The speaker explains how people would come to him and say, my business is failing, or I tried to do this and I didn't get the job, or I want this and it's not working, and how they've tried everything. And he would say, okay, tell me what you've tried then. And they'd explain what they tried and then how that failed. And he'd say, okay, well, what did you try after that? And they'd say what they tried after that and how that didn't work either. And then he'd say, okay, so then what did you try? And then they would say, well, then I tried this and that didn't work either. And again, he'd say, what did you try after that? And they'd say, well, it didn't work. I tried everything. And he'd say, well, you didn't try everything, otherwise you would have eventually got there. You've given up. And he was basically saying, you do not fail, you only give up. And there actually becomes a point where you're thinking, okay, is the reward worth it? Because if it's worth it, you would not give up. And quitting is fine, as that could be you saying the reward isn't worth this sacrifice. But there are so many entrepreneurs, business people, sports people, artists that have come from a hardship and they didn't give up and it was worth the reward. So this is a reminder, you will succeed in everything you don't give up in.
To all the young kids out there that's not the biggest, not the strongest, just keep pushing, because I'm not the biggest. I've been doubted a lot just because of my size, and really it just comes down to you put your mind to it, you can do it. No job is too big. If you put your mind to it, you can do it, and just keep believing in God and you'll get where you want to be.
I don't believe in talent. I'm here because I worked hard my whole life. Without that work, no one in this room would know who I am except my family. So to all the kids around the world watching, paying attention, and aspiring to be like one of us or even on the stage someday, put the work in and watch the magical ride you go on.
First of all, I didn't have much talent. So I had to train one fucking thing. You better train your fucking mind, because my talent's gonna run out way early. When shit got hard for me back in the day, bro, I'm done, I'm out, see ya. Okay. I gotta invent a motherfucker that can. So I invented Goggins. I invented a motherfucker that realized we're not good enough. But Goggins realizes we're mentally strong as fuck. And we're gonna outstrength these motherfuckers in the mind.
Stop worrying about what everybody else is doing. Stop looking at what everybody else is doing. And stay focused on what it is that you feel God has called you to do. Specifically, that's your greatness, that's where your power is.
You'd have survived every funky day you ever had. You survived every hater. You survived all the evictions. You survived the firings. You survived all the tell you no, we ain't hiring. You survived all the trouble you ever been in. Your survival rate is 100%.
Puzzle won't work either. What? Are you for real? We can't live without them. I knew I should.
Whatever happens, happens.
Look, kid, bad things happen, and you can't do anything about it, right? Wrong. When the world turns its back on you, you turn your back on the world.
I feel it, but again, it doesn't stop me.
Right.
It only
It's
lasts
just
so
a
long.
sensation.
15 minutes, that's nothing.
It only lasts so long.
Only lasts so long. I'm gonna bounce this out and keep going.
When it feels scary to jump, Ian, that is exactly when you jump. Otherwise, you end up staying in the same place your whole life.
You know what's great about hitting rock bottom, Eddie? There's only one way left to go, and that's up!
When we hit our lowest point, we are open to the greatest change.
The journey is truly the reward. I may not be who I want to be today, but I know I can be better tomorrow, working towards who that person is.
Every man has two lives, and the second starts when he realizes he has just one.
Ow! Jeez, what was that for? It doesn't matter. It's in the past.
Yeah, but it still hurts.
Oh, yes, the past can hurt. But the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it. Ah! You see?
You have to have laughter. You have to have fun in this. You have to smile. You cannot put too much pressure on yourself because there's one life to live.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you because I know how hard it is to take care of ourselves.
A happy person wants 10,000 things. A sick person just wants one thing, right? So it's your unlimited desires that are clouding your peace, your happiness.
I got